So I am going to hold you, I can find your file, on a $500 bond, and then set your next court date for tomorrow at noon and appoint Janet Altschuler to represent you on these. So she will be in touch. And that's it, sir, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
And then, Your Honor,
Yes?
we're not seeing Ashley Jose or Laswell Matt. They are still currently at the hospital.
Okay. Sounds good, thank you. There's last one.
Speak loud and clear into that phone, okay?
I hit you right in the face.
Your Honor, we're starting misdemeanors now.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, say your full name.
Jamie Lowry.
All right, Ms. Lauer, you are charged with domestic violence, criminal damage, and 4 counts of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. And I know there's lots of people on teams that are listed as victims, and this is what I'm proposing. No contact. No contact with Victoria Carlson, Clint Crook, or Denise Corsier, and I understand that they object to release. And then my other understanding is that Mr. Abdullah lives with the victim in a different residence and does not object and wants contact. So if you all disagree with those conditions of release, let me know. Mr. Abdullah, you're the listed victim on the domestic violence, the intimate partner. Did you want to add anything? And you can
I just would
unmute.
like for her to,
Go ahead.
I just would like for her to return home. That's it.
Okay, and I'm gonna order no contact with the other 3 victims and no return to their residence or to the incident location, no acts of domestic violence. Do any of the other victims want to be heard on the conditions of release? Nope, all right. Then I am going to order you, ma'am, no contact with those 3 people, no return to the incident location, no acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or illegal drugs. And the next court date will be May 28th at 8:30 in Sarita Municipal Court. If you don't show up, a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand, Ms. Lowry?
Yes, Judge.
All right, then you're released with those conditions.
Thank you.
Okay.
Your Honor, Andrews Kevin, he refused.
Who? Let's see, Kevin Andrews, okay, well, that's fine. He wants to be that way. Okay. We'll continue him till the morning.
Chat.
So now everyone can be excused on the Lowry case. We're done.
Nayeli chat. Nayeli chat.
Oh, I'm sorry, just a second. I can't tell who's talking. You're charged with domestic violence, disorderly conduct, domestic violence, assault. And is there a pretrial state services report on this one somewhere for trial? I was looking for it and I don't see it.
She dinged into the chat, maybe?
Let's see, I don't see one. It should be there. It still shows. I don't know. I don't think I have it anywhere. Can you just tell me if the victim was contacted and how they felt about the whole project?
Oh, I'm here, Judge.
The victim
Yes.
on this chat.
Yes, I'm on the chat.
Okay, and you are Nicholas?
Yes.
Okay, and how do you feel about contact and return?
I just want her to come back. I'm more than, I just want her to return.
Okay, so ma'am, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and you need to come back to city court on June 4th at 1:30 or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so you're released. You can have contact, return, just no alcohol, no acts of domestic violence, okay?
Yes, Judge.
All right, sir, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Judge.
Espinosa. Have a seat. Say your name.
Shiloh Espinosa.
Hello?
Shiloh Espinosa.
All right, you have multiple failures to appear for drug paraphernalia, to assault, criminal trespass, disorderly conducts, more disorderly conducts, more criminal trespasses. So I'm gonna appoint the city public defender to represent you. Order you not to go to any of the incident locations, not to have any contact with any of the victims. I'm gonna hold you on a $750 bond, and your next court date will be May 6th at 1:45. And your lawyer will be out to see you.
What's the $750 bond? I thought I was arrested for a 2-year-old warrant for $250. That's it. And I didn't hear nothing else about none of this.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 warrant files. That's
Yeah,
why.
see, I wasn't aware of that. I was aware of one warrant, 250, and that was 2 years old. That's it.
Well,
I wasn't aware
now
of
you know.
anything else.
Now you know, you've got all of those, so you can talk to your lawyer about it.
Good man.
Michael Goodman, bro.
All right, you are charged from April 28th with disorderly conduct, 2 counts, domestic violence disorderly conduct, 4 counts, and 2 counts of domestic violence criminal damage. One is from December 6th, I take that back. One is from December 6th of last year, and one set is from today, this morning. And I can find you. My recommendations, I'm not finding. Thank you. So, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with any of the victims, no return to any of the incident locations or the victim's residence, public defender to represent you, and I will set you for a hearing on May 8th at 1:30 with a $1,000 bond. If you post it, you need to come to court that day and contact your public defender. If you don't, then we'll see you on video that day. You'll have a public defender still. And that is it, sir. Okay?
Thank you.
Gerald Joseph Graham.
All right, hold on a second. It's the dates on that second page. Thank you. All right, Mr. Graham, you're in charge of domestic violence interference in judicial proceedings from today, it appears, and then domestic violence criminal damage from April 6th, and then domestic violence violation of a court order again from April 6th.
Can I speak, Your Honor?
Yeah, but I probably wouldn't if I were you, because you don't want to talk about the facts of the case on the record while we're being recorded, so.
I guess I came to turn myself in, the Saturday that police called me. And I came to the east side station in this one, and they wouldn't arrest me. They said, come back next week. I'm like, I came to turn myself in because I did trespass. Everything just happened so quick.
So don't admit, please, don't admit, because it sounds like a case that's gonna stay with me. And the bottom line is you have one from today, right? So I am going to enter a not guilty plea for you. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to order you not to have any contact with Sonia Sursuri. I don't have any of these pretrial reports. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I have none of them. And do not go to her residence. Comply with all court orders.
Okay.
And the public defender will represent you. I'm gonna hold you on a $750 bond, and your next court date's gonna be May 8th at 1:30.
How do I go about paying the bond? I don't have nobody. Can I get out on my own release, please? I beg the mercy of the court. I'm almost homeless.
Okay, now you got someplace to stay till your public defender comes to talk to you, so that's what I'm saying. You got 3 cases pending, okay? So talk to your public defender. I'll see you May 8th.
Okay, how do I get a bond?
You can call it, bond down on the phone.
How much would I have to pay?
150.
Huh?
150. You'll get your money. Go up there. Go down. Johnson.
Joseph, did you say that you appointed Janet Alter?
I did, but I didn't write it, did I? But yes, I meant to. Thank you.
Jeremy Johnson.
All right, Mr. Johnson, you have 3 different failure to appear files: criminal trespass, criminal damage, shoplifting. So I'm gonna appoint the public defender to represent you, order you not to go back to any of the incident locations, and hold you on a $250 bond. Your next court date will be May 6th at 1:45.
Okay.
All right. She says she found.
They're upstairs.
Oh, they're upstairs. Well, that's not very helpful. Okay,
She didn't
well,
say
we'll just have to fake it.
Marissa Light.
All right, Ms. White, you are charged with domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct. My understanding is Mr. Lopez is on the phone. Lopez, you there? Mr. Lopez?
I'm here.
Okay, I can barely hear you. You need to get closer to a mic or something because we can't hear you.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So
So how do you feel about contact and return?
That's fine, Your Honor. She just, needs to be home with her baby boy.
All right, so ma'am, no acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or illegal drugs. Come back to court on June 4th at 1:30, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Ma'am,
All right, and you're released.
thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Adrian Clark.
All right, Mr. Clark, you have warrants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, warrant, 6 warrant files, and didn't appear for the OSC and mental health court. So I'm gonna appoint the public defender to represent you. Hold you on a $250 bond. Don't go back to the incident locations, and you will be seen May 2nd at 1:45.
Am I gonna be held,
Yeah,
or am I gonna be OR? No?
no, $250 bond.
$250 bond, so I just have to raise the bond and go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't,
Okay.
I'm sorry, could I,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, can I have a quick question, ma'am?
Uh-huh.
I'm receiving housing from Section 8. And when all this had taken place or began to take place, where I consolidated all of my warrants, through the warrant cross through mental health court, I was still, homeless, but since then I have received housing, and, I was brought in on the warrants today, but I can take care of the court cases, appearing in court now that I have housing. I have my address I can give you. It's written down on here. And
All
I
right,
have
you can talk to
proof
your public
of,
defender.
Okay.
Okay, talk to your public defender and they will help you with that.
well, it said I have to get back home because I have a 10-day notice on my door about a padlock on there, and I don't have any way to contact anybody outside that has any money to accept my calls or anything like that. I can do a promissory appearance. I have my,
We've done this
Yeah.
5 times and I'm done, okay? You've had
Yes,
6
yes.
warrants, so done. Talk to
You
your
are right.
next
You are-
court date, okay? Bye.
you are right, ma'am. Thank you. I apologize. So $250 one. Thank you.
Came and through it.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Pruitt, you're charged with child abuse and there is a public defender on the line too, and she will do the talking for you, okay? So, Ms. Cowan, the county attorney is asking for a $75,000 bond. Did you want to be heard?
Your Honor, I would ask that you set a $10,000 bond with pretrial supervision. And I think the court probably noted in the write-up that her child has been removed from the home and she will be unable to have any contact with her.
So what I have is,
it
it says that they, housing apart from minors could not be confirmed. It was, so that is where, what I'm seeing. I just have the PSA, I guess, but that is a comment in there, so I don't know if.
Well, how about if all right, I don't want to interrupt you, but how about, I didn't see what they sent me on that. I didn't have access to get in tonight to the regular report, so they had to send me sort of notes. Well, how about this? That, in order that she has no contact with minors and that, pretrial service would have to approve a placement that was a situation that had no minor children.
Before what? She gets released? I mean, we continue
Released
this.
on it, with the 10,000.
So I guess,
$10,000 bond.
so I am going to appoint the public defender to represent Ms. Pruitt. No contact with the victim, no return to the victim's residence, no contact with minors. No acts of domestic violence. I'm gonna hold her on a $25,000 bond released to pretrial services if posted, and the preliminary hearing will be on May 8th at 1:30. Did you want to speak to Ms. Pruitt for a minute?
Yes, thank you. Ma'am, the officer is going to give you a sheet of paper with the public defender's telephone number on it. Please call the office tomorrow and see who your lawyer is. And don't discuss your case with anybody but your lawyer, okay? That's it?
So I will be here until I'm bonded out.
Right.
That's correct.
Okay. Will I be able to use the phone so I can get bonded out? Please and thank you. Really, I don't have to put that name. I feel like that was wrong because I didn't do anything. I'll just put it back in there. Thank you. I'm not trying to have the issue. Let's get out of here. And I have another question. How is it that they can't find the information about children when I call my mom and my grandma and my daughter's grandmother, they're in California. They have all that information. Okay.
Daniel Aguirre?
All right, Mr. Aguirre, let's see. On March 15th, you're charged with aggravated assault with the use of a deadly weapon, discharging a firearm in a non-residential structure, discharging a firearm in city limits, and weapons misconduct, being a prohibited possessor. March 16th, you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, armed robbery, attempted auto theft, weapons misconduct, being a prohibited possessor. Ms. Cowan is your public defender, and she will speak for you tonight. Ms. Cowan, looks like the state's asking for a combined total of $100,000, 50 on each case.
Your Honor, I would ask for a 20,000, about 10 on each with pretrial supervision, enhanced pretrial supervision.
Okay.
I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, the alleged victims, at least one of them, informed pretrial that he was welcome to return.
That's for the misdemeanor, I believe,
Okay,
because that is the domestic violence that I haven't gotten to yet. But the other
Gotcha.
ones don't appear to be the domestic violence cases.
okay.
Yeah, maybe, well. Anyway, I am going to appoint a public defender to represent Mr. Aguirre. No contact with any of the victims, no return to the incident locations, no guns, no alcohol or illegal drugs, $50,000 cash bond released to pretrial services if posted. May 8th will be the preliminary hearing. And then the same for the second case, because Gary seems to have a bit of a gun problem. So $50,000 released to pretrial, no contact with any of the victims. Pretrial services have posted, and no guns, no alcohol or illegal drugs. May 8th, 1:30 for the 2 sets of felonies. Then I've got a misdemeanor, city court, domestic violence, assault, domestic violence, disorderly conduct, 4 counts. No guns, no contact with the victims, no return to the victim's residence, no acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I'll appoint the city public defender to follow those cases along and set it for May 28th at 2 p.m. If you get out, Mr. Aguirre, you can come to city court. If not, the city public defender will come see you and keep you up to date on that misdemeanor too. Ms. Cowan, did you want to talk to him for a moment?
Yes, don't discuss the case with anybody but your public defender. And the officers will give you a sheet of paper with the public defender's telephone number on it. So please call the office tomorrow and see who was appointed to represent you. Okay?
Okay.
All right, that's it, Mr. Aguirre.
Go up there.
Say your name.
Yeah, out there back up.
Say your name.
Lloyd Barzell.
All right, Mr. Barzillo, Judge Millian, and there's a public defender here, Ms. Cowan, to represent you, so she will do the talking for you. You are charged with 2 counts of felony aggravated assault. Ms. Cowan, the state is asking for a $10,000 bond plus release to pretrial. Would you like to be heard on that?
I already asked for $7,500 with pretrial supervision.
Okay, pretrial is recommending against the release also. So, Mr. Barzell, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to order you not to have any contact with the victims or return to their residence or work. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no guns, surrender any guns that you do have, and a $10,000 bond released to pretrial services and report to them if you post it. And your preliminary hearing is going to be May 8th at 1:30.
So the officer is going to give you a sheet of paper with the public defender information on it. Call the office tomorrow and see who your lawyer will be. And don't discuss your case with anybody but your lawyer, okay?
I'm very confused. Do I call, am I in jail? I don't understand how to.
You are in jail. You're in jail with a $10,000 bond, and it's cash or secured, so you can post it and you can talk to your lawyer about it, okay?
When do I do that?
Call tomorrow. Wait, sir, wait. The officer is going to give you a sheet of paper with the information that the judge just shared with you. It'll be written on a piece of paper. And on that piece of paper will also be the telephone number of the public defender. So you should call the office of the public defender tomorrow morning and find out which lawyer has been assigned to your case. And then that lawyer will come out to see you and answer all of your questions and kind of explain what's going to happen next, okay?
So I'm in jail tonight.
You are.
Yep.
Go up there. Ramen.
Amen. Tucson.
You are charged with 4 counts of aggravated harassment, domestic violence. And Ms. Cowan, the public defender, is here to represent you tonight. So Ms. Cowan, the state's asking for a $2,500 bond, which I think is really low, but since they'll probably dismiss it anyway, I guess it makes sense. So what would you like to ask for, Ms. Cowan.
That's fine.
All right.
All right. I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Gomez. I will order him not to have any contact with Ms. Ariza, not to return to her residence or work. That includes third-party contact, any kind of texting or social media. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no guns. And I will appoint the public defender, $2,500 bond, May 8th at 1:30 is the preliminary hearing.
Sir, the officer is going to give you a sheet of paper with the information that the judge just shared with you. And it will have the telephone number of the public defender on it. So please call the office tomorrow and see who your lawyer is. And don't discuss your case with anybody but your lawyer, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Can't you just make a no bond for Mr. Hensley and call it a day?
Alan Worthington, with the third.
All right, Mr. Hensley, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see. You've got 4 different complaints. You're charged with possession of narcotic drug for sale, possession of narcotic drug, possession of a dangerous drug, possession of drug paraphernalia from March 3rd. You are charged with second-degree burglary, unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, possession of narcotic drug from March 5th. Possession of a dangerous drug for sale, possession of narcotic drug for sale, possession of drug paraphernalia from April 28th. And from March 7th, possession of a dangerous drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. And I believe, Ms. Cowan, the state's asking for $500 bonds on each of these cases, which is, I guess, that he could have a no bond hold, right? So are you okay with that? Ms. Cowan is your public defender, Ms. Henson.
I am.
And Your
Yes.
Honor, this is the state on the one that has the 530s. We had asked for a $5,000 bond, and so then I was just asking nominal bonds on the remaining.
So I only have 3-minute entries. So which one am I missing? Which one do you want a $5,000 bond?
It's P2404280043. That was the one, I had an interim, I believe that had over 530s, and then cocaine and meth and baggies. It was all for sale charges.
Okay. Let's see. There's the 4th one. For sale. Okay, so that is 428. Sorry, I can't find the numbers to match the numbers on the calendar. I can't quite figure out which ones I'm dealing with. So I want to put bigger bond on the one from April 28th. And I've got a complaint with a 0043 police number, but I don't have the felony numbers. Let's see, hold on a second. She wants it on the police, on that 428 the docket that happened on April 28th with the police number 0043. There it is, I found it. I found it by agency number. Okay, so Ms. Cowan, still, he could have a no bond hold. So I'm gonna hold him a $5,000 bond on that one docket. Set it for May 8th, and a $500 bond on the other 3. Thank you, counsel, for clarifying that, because I only saw those 3. And then, sir, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you on all of those. If you post all the bonds, You have to report to pretrial, no alcohol, no return to any of the incident locations. And your next court date on all of these will be May 8th at 1:30. And then Ms. Cowan, did you want to talk to Mr. Hensley for a moment?
Mr. Hensley, who represents you in the pending felony?
My attorney is Joe St. Louis with nephew in St. Louis.
Was he, did you hire him or was he appointed?
No, I hired him.
Okay.
My attorney.
Hire him for all of these.
So, what's gonna happen is that Joe will advise the court that either two have reached an agreement and he's willing to, represent you in all of these, or, he's really not able to do that, and then the court will appoint a public defender to represent you in these cases, okay? So I would suggest that you call, I would suggest you call Joe tomorrow.
I was gonna say I can't postpone tonight.
Well, you could. You got
You could have-
send 500, and then you got a city court case, criminal damage, domestic violence, theft. Gotta come back to court May 30th on that one at 9:30, okay?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
But even if you post tonight, make sure you call Joe tomorrow.
Oh, of course. I
Okay,
mean, he's been informed. He knows. He doesn't know.
okay,
I got it. Thank you.
all right, good luck.
Thanks.
What's your name?
Sean Yamas,
This is Judge Millie. You're charged with unlawful discharge of firearm within city limits, possession of firearm during a narcotics offense, possession of narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. Ms. Cowan is on the line to represent you as the public defender tonight, and she will speak for you. Ms. Cowan, the state is asking for a $5,000 bond. I feel like there's a little more going on in this case than maybe that was shown, so I'm a little concerned. What's your position?
I would ask for enhanced pretrial service release.
Okay. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Yamas. I am going to order him not to possess any firearms, surrender any other firearms he might have, no alcohol or illegal drugs. And I am going to hold him on a $5,000 bond, report to pretrial services if you post the bond, and the preliminary hearing will be May 8th at 1:30.
Sir, the office is going to give you a form, a piece of paper that has the information that the judge just shared with you, and it also has the telephone number of the public defender. So call the office tomorrow morning and see who your lawyer is, and don't discuss this with anybody but your lawyer, okay?
no, straight down, and then they're all right. Thank you. Larry? Take your first and last name.
Mark, let's go.
I'm sorry, what's your name, sir?
Let's go.
Okay. So, Mr. Ludlow, you are charged with first-degree burglary, kidnapping, aggravated assault with a dangerous instrument, attempted sexual assault, and armed robbery. And Ms. Cowan is the public defender tonight. She'll talk for you on this felony. Ms. Cowan, the state's asking for a $75,000 bond. Did you want to be heard?
Your Honor, I'd ask that you consider a $30,000 bond with enhanced pretrial supervision.
Okay. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Ludlow. Appoint the public, I just said that, appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Ludlow. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no guns, no contact with the victim, no return to the incident location. report to pretrial services if the bond of $75,000 is posted, and the next court date will be May 8th at 1:30. Then Mr. Ludlow has a failure to appear out of Marana, and I will appoint Janet Altschuler to represent him on that case. And hold him on a $500 bond on that one. That's a shoplift, but he might as well get some credit. No return to the incident location, and the Marana court date will be May 1st at noon. Then Mr. Ludlow has a lot of business with me. He has a petition to revoke his adult probation. February 29th, he failed to appear at your scheduled review hearing. January 12th, you failed to report your address as directed. February 29th, you failed to reside in a residence approved by adult probation, and we're absconding, and we issued a warrant for you on that one. So I'm going to appoint Elias Dominakos to represent you on that and hold you on a $5,000 bond. And your next court date in city court is going to be May 15th at 1:30. So you'll have lots of lawyers talking to you, Mr. Ludlow. No guns, no acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or illegal drugs on that one. Okay, Ms. Kemp.
Sir, the officer is going to give you a sheet of paper with the information about the public defender's office, and it will also tell you, it will be a writing of all the information the judge has just ordered. So call the office tomorrow, the public defender office, see who your lawyer is, and don't discuss your case with anybody but your lawyer, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Long. Sorry. Here's the rest of those papers.
Alejandra Reyes.
All right, let's do this. Yes. Ms. Cowan is here as the public defender, so she'll speak to you on your behalf on this one felony, which is a promoting prison contraband and possession of dangerous drugs. And the state, Ms. Cowan, is recommending a $500 bond because it looks like she's got a probation hold and a lot of other projects going on. So do you agree with that?
I do.
Yes.
So,
Sorry.
that's all right. So Ms. Reyes, I'm gonna hold you on a $500 bond on this new case, promoting, oops, wrong case, on this promoting prison contraband, give you the public defender, and your next court date on that one will be May 8th at 1:30. And then you've got a bunch of misdemeanor warrants. You have a warrant for threats and intimidation, a warrant for, and these are all, let's see, two of them are just, let's deal with those. A criminal damage, domestic violence, and a threat. So I'm gonna hold you on a $100 bond on those so you can get credit on those. And I will appoint a lawyer to keep track of you on those. How about William Parvin? So he will keep track of you on those misdemeanors while your other stuff is going through the system, okay? And those will be set for May 1st at 1 p.m. And then you have a South Tucson one, but let me finish this one, May 1st. And then you have a South Tucson case that is a failure to appear on a shoplift. Let's hold you on that one for a $100 bond so you can keep getting credit on all this other stuff while your felonies are going forward. And they will see you on May 4th, tomorrow actually, supposedly, but they might cancel that at 10 o'clock. Your lawyer will be Miss Price. So I will hold you on $100 bond on that one. And then you have city court cases, a bunch. And I will hold you on $100 bond on those. No, I won't. I'll release you on those, but I'll appoint the city public defender to keep track of you. And your next court date will be June 5th at 9 o'clock. So that should be all for Ms. Reyes. Ms. Cowan as the public defender. Did you want to say something to her? Sorry.
Ms. Reyes, the officer's going to give you a sheet of paper, and it will have all the information that the judge just shared with you. It also will have the telephone number of the public defender. Please call our office tomorrow, first thing in the morning, and find out who your lawyer is in the felony case. And don't discuss your case with anybody but your lawyer, okay?
Probably left 10 minutes ago after that. All right, thanks you guys. Hopefully we can see you next week. Bye.
I did, thanks.
A nightmare.
No.
Are we gonna lose the internet in like 10 minutes too?
I hope not.
So I had the other victims for that lorry
Uh-huh.
are calling. They were trying to unmute,
Uh-huh.
because they do want contact.
Oh, good. Cross all their names off then.
So go ahead.
Yeah, allow contact with everybody and their grandmother. That's wonderful.
Okay. Oh, he was upset that he's.
No, it's like, now you got a place to stay.
I don't know why they want to keep talking when they can't see me, but they needed to all shut up.